is your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn Candor. We're here doing a walkabout. Thank you very much for checking out my videos. Like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. And I saw a lot of people checking out my last couple of videos, and I hope you guys enjoy that because there's gonna be more of said videos. I just put out if you guys want to check out my feed, basically it's on my posts. There is a questionnaire on which game you guys want to see. I put 4 games on there, and if you guys want to see them, vote for your favorite or vote for one you want to see. Like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about something funny. Excuse me. And by the way, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. And yes, folks, I'm gonna keep saying it because people not doing it. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about what makes humanity. Some people say we are the apex predator. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not the apex. We're pretty high on the food chain, but the only time I feel like we could be the apex predator is if we have no natural enemies. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is our natural enemy. There are times where our own environment is our natural enemy. People are wondering why. What am I talking about? Well, it's basically how we survived as long as we have. And quite frankly, folks, in the last 10 to 15 years, that question has been plaguing me for years. I'll tell you that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, what fathom in someone's empty skull that humanity deserves life after the shit we pull constantly after the last 15-20 years? We can't handle our economy. By the way, guys, economy is basically our civilization basically inspired concept. No being with any kind of real instincts has an economy. They just hunt. They take their predators. I'm doing good, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, we as humans, we got to the point where we became sentient, whatever that means. And now that we are sentient, we need an economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like an economy itself is an actual crutch. We put that up there so we can lord it over ourselves, literally. So one person has more while the other person has less. And I've seen people that have less are happier than the ones that have more. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a fact. Believe it or not. People say, well, what if I had more of food, more money? Well, it's nice to have right now, but you do realize when it comes to money, by our own admission, money shrinks. Like, it doesn't actually have an intrinsic value. It has value according to what we consider valuable. Gold. And we ourselves put said intrinsic value to the point where we practically kill ourselves for it. Even though yearly it depreciates in value. Mind you, and that value is arbitrary at best. So if you guys want to put out that, oh, it's so valuable. No, it really fucking isn't. Especially when we yearly live in a world where our value or our economics or our intrinsic ability to survive is dependent on something we ourselves have every power to evaporate, but we don't because we're so dependent on it. So what am I talking about? Well, let me ask you this, guys: is it is it important for us to keep our money system, even though lowly and surely it is killing us and arbitrarily making our society worse and worse? Or do we have the ability to basically think of a way to make our civilization better despite said system? We do. We actually do. We have just demonstrated it more than a few times. Problem is, the economy, along with everything else, is dependent on people that are so stuck in their ways they can never unstick themselves, even with a titanium crowbar. And why do I say this? Because humanity is, let's just put it this way, we've developed a bad concept of allowing ourselves to be manipulated by our own hierarchy. Yes, folks, our own hierarchy, our own intrinsic value is basically dependent on whether or not we can survive in this world. A world, mind you, that not 3 to 4 thousand years ago we have begin killing ourselves because of, again, surprise, surprise, an intrinsic value based on a piece of metal we call currency. That's it. That AKA currency is being created constantly, aka counterfeit, because the people that are creating it know that you consider them villains, and on certain occasions you're right. But the problem is that same currency, that the fake currency, under other circumstances, can be considered real if the person did not know any better. So our intrinsic ability to perceive what's real and what's not is dependent on a select few. So again, our system, our intrinsic system of what's real currency and what's not, and what's important to humanity and what's not, it is based on individuals that are, again, in a hierarchy. We created a hierarchy system where certain individuals have more power than others, and that power tends to go people's heads, putting policies that just don't fucking do anything except make the rich richer and the poor poorer. And nobody wants to or has the ability to do something because they are either considered a heretic, a anarchist, or anything of that nature. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you to go out and tell your government to fuck off, even though maybe we should. And if you do, that's really your choice. All I'm saying is I'm trying to make you understand that our society is intrinsically flawed. There's so many flaws that we actually actively allow from generation to generation, and we let it happen. And the ones that are in power right now are the ones that allow it to happen and procreate more and more. And later in life, we are getting dumber and dumber. Our society is getting to the point where we are forgetting the ability to get up and use tools to use our food because we've created other abilities, other technologies to pick up said food. Ladies and gentlemen, in 200 years, I wouldn't be surprising if 200 years from now we will have humans that will forget how to use a steak knife or a fork or a spoon because we created AI to feed it to us. I'm saying, be careful of your innovations. If it helps us, that's awesome. But remember, it's not just what it's going to happen now, ladies and gentlemen. Think for future generations. If it helps the future generations, do it. If it only helps us now and it will fuck us over later, think of it. Think of that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please make smarter choices, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. I would definitely love to see you guys more. Take care. Be safe. Again, make decisions better.